Have you ever been betrayed? Maybe someone you trusted broke your confidence? Maybe someone you loved disappointed you? Maybe someone you worked with quit on you? If you've ever experienced betrayal, disappointment, or quitting, this is the perfect passage for you. Let's read it. Luke 22:49-51. When soldiers came to arrest Jesus, Peter struck with a sword, cutting off the ear of the high priest's servant. Jesus rebuked Peter and said, "Put your sword back into its sheath. Am I not to drink the cup that the Father has given me?" Then Peter said to Jesus, "See, we have our swords here. Let us use them." But Jesus said to him, "No more. I tell you, from now on, no one will die by the sword who follows me." And he touched the man's ear that was severed, and it was restored. All right, so what exactly happened here? Soldiers showed up to take Jesus away. We know they're looking for Jesus because the religious leaders wanted to kill him. And we also know that Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, was there, and he was ready to fight. So Peter pulls out his sword and strikes the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. This guy just got betrayed by someone he probably trusted at some level, right? I mean, I don't think Peter meant to cut off his ear, but obviously in the moment things didn't go well. But notice what happens next. Jesus rebukes Peter and tells him to put his sword back in its sheath. He doesn't rebuke Peter for trying to defend him, but he does rebuke Peter for using violence. And then Jesus says something profound. He says, "Am I not to drink the cup that the Father has given me?" What's the cup that the Father gave him? The cup, in essence, is suffering. Jesus is saying, "Is this not why I came? Is this not why I'm here?" And Peter says, "See, we have our swords here. Let us use them." And again, Jesus says, "No more. I tell you, from now on, no one will die by the sword who follows me." And he touched the man's ear that was severed, and it was restored. What do you think of this story? What does it teach you about Jesus? Well, a couple things. No one. Even in the midst of betrayal, Jesus is merciful. Notice the ear was cut clean off. It wasn't hanging on by a thread. It was completely severed, but Jesus still chose to restore it. And no. 2. Even in the midst of chaos, Jesus is peaceful. His response to violence is not more violence, but peace. He says, "No more. I tell you, from now on, no one will die by the sword who follows me." So what should we learn from this story? Maybe we should learn to respond to betrayal, disappointment, and quitting with mercy and peace. That's what Jesus did, and he calls us to follow in his footsteps. God, help us to be more like Jesus when people disappoint us, when people quit on us, when people betray us. Help us to respond with mercy and peace. Thank you for listening.